Okay, so there's that. Why is that not working? That's interesting. Do I need to play this to make it? Okay, that's why it wasn't working. Got it. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine then. No, something. I just want to make sure that's paused before we get too deep into things. Pull that up. That's up. That's fine. All right, let's get vertical going. Then I can generally go over how I'm going to be changing things up ever so slightly. Right, go live. All right, that's up and running. Okay, I think we should be good at this point. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're going to be essentially starting everything over. We're going to be going brand new game. Got to start everything over from scratch, which reminds me real quick. Let me go ahead and pull up my updated tracker, which actually, you know what? I will show off what all I've actually gone into when it comes to updating the tracker itself. All right, so don't mind all hail the orb up there if you're watching on vertical. But what I've done is I have gone through and I have went through every single route and everything that should be generally an encounter that I can at least think of, like going through each of the maps to already kind of map out what order I should be doing things, or at least the way I think I should be doing things, and I can, move things around as I go through, because I think I'll generally be doing the same thing over and over again. So now we should have a better track of what encounters line up with which, and so on and so forth. So it's like the encounter itself, the game, which I will fill in what Pokemon we get so we can kind of get a good track on things, so on and so forth. Right? On top of that, I've written down a list of what I call story Pokemon, or what, if you search things up, are gift Pokemon. So we know what to keep an eye out for. Obviously, I generally already know Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald pretty well. Surprisingly, how little amount of there is specifically in Emerald. Like, I figured there would have been at least a little bit more, but like the fossils themselves, those are, kind of whatever. Why not obvious, cast form obvious, but literally that being it, kind of surprising. I know there's a Belgium that you can get, but that's after defeating the Elite Four, so that's whatever. That doesn't really count for anything. I wrote down where we get things in Plat and White, because haven't played those ones nearly as much as I played the first three, so I don't have those like burnt into my head. But either way, we have these here, and then I think Plat, I will also do one run through of the, what do they call it, the underground or whatever, and get one fossil from there as well. So Plat will technically have two fossil sets, because right, I am thinking of Plat that has the underground. Yeah, because there is no actual fossils, like there is like individual, like, hey, you go and pick these up. Heyo, Andres, how's it going? How is your Sunday? Also, ooh, this immediately sounds like this is DMCA. Let me find this real quick. Answers. Answers. Yep, I'm going to immediately assume you're DMCA'd, and I'm immediately going to get not being able to what's the word I'm looking for, monetize this video, but that's whatever. We're going through this. These live streams aren't necessarily here for me to be constantly monetized or anything like that. They're more so that I can connect with all of you. Okay, But other than that, I've also went through all of the gyms and what Pokemon they bring and at what level, so that way I kind of have an idea of what I need to be at for each gym. Like with Yellow, I was genuinely surprised that Surge just had Raichu. I honestly forgot that they've literally lined it up more with the anime when it came to that. And then it was like honestly just generally surprising that like once you hit Koga, everything is just like kind of the 50 range for a while, which is kind of wild. Other than that, Crystal has an insanely weird like level setup, especially when going from Jasmine to Bryce, with Price having lower levels than Jasmine, even though Jasmine comes before Price. Like I don't know who came up with that idea. There may even be a chance that we go Price before Jasmine, because I'm pretty certain we can, but that'll be a general toss up. Also, the fact that Claire only goes up to 40 when in Yellow you're looking at 55 at the very end. But the thing with obviously Gen 2 is they had to do the whole scaling to include Kanto as well. Other than that, everything else seems pretty standard when it comes to leveling, other than the insane jump from Winona being 33 at max to the twins being like low 40s, which seems kind of wild to me. But again, they only bring 4 Mons, so maybe that's why they did that way. Don't know. Plat, odd that literally like 3 Pokemon until the last 2 gyms, like weird. And then in White, literally maxing out at 3 Pokemon feels very weird. Like I feel like White, like they just looking at this, they really toned down the difficulty in White. But whatever. I think White is a very solid game. Maybe at some point, like after we do this, maybe I'll look into going to like White 2, Black 2, something like that, just to switch things up to see if that's a bit of a difference. So there's that. But yeah, that's where we're at. That is our plan. Hopefully this tracker will help keep me a little bit more in line overall with actually keeping up with the Soul Link Shuffler and actually, doing things correctly. Also, I will be playing at 400% speed just to help keep things going a little bit quicker, so we don't have to constantly worry about like just constantly switching speeds or anything like that. We'll just keep it at 400% speed, make things nice and simple. Hopefully we can start getting through the game a bit quicker overall. Also, just like last time, we will be picking the female option every single time for our character, because I personally feel like there is usually not enough female representation in games. So when I get the chance to actually choose my character, if I have the choice of a female, I'm going to pick the female character. Also, in all chances, rival is chat. Other than that, especially because we are playing at 400% speed, what I've done is I increased the time for when we're going to swap, which we're about to swap here in a couple seconds. Going to Emerald. I increased the amount of time by 4 times, just to help even out. So we still technically should get that about 1 to 5 minutes of gameplay. Other than that, the only other thing that I will be doing differently when it comes to the overall like start of the actual soul linking is the soul link itself does not officially start until you finish your rival fight and you're able to start catching mons. All right, I'm just gonna. The only thing I think I need to worry about when it comes to actual like date and time, if I need to, is in Crystal, and I have to double check, but I think it's like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays that the Pokemon bug catching competition is for Crystal, and that's like the main thing that I need to keep in mind, just so we can make sure we have the encounter, especially with how long it takes to obviously get through things when everything's switching, and it's not like the game actually keeps in mind. It actually keeps in mind like what actual day and time it is, which in one aspect it's a good thing, especially seeing as how we would never essentially be playing on any other day other than Sunday unless I had to switch things around. But the main thing that I'm trying to go for is I want to be able to get runs started and then just be able to continue the runs like a regular. And I think that's the big thing, is making sure that we can get past sure, we'll go 10 o'clock daytime. Sure, why not? How many minutes? Sure, it's just 10. But yeah, the whole goal is to make sure we get on the run to begin with, and then once things go south, that's when we can hit restart. I don't want to have to restart when we get to a, like we get other games pushed forward enough to let me just double check real quick. Because I'm fairly certain it's like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It's like an every other day sort of thing. But let's see. All right, Pokemon Crystal bug catching contest. Yeah, bug catching contest days. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay, so I remembered exactly correctly. Look at my brain go. Alright, so bring that back. Alright, we will put it on Tuesday. Yeah, sure. Sure, it's daylight savings time. I don't care. Yes, I know. But yeah, I feel like, especially with the fact that like you have 5 games running at once, to have the run completely tank just because you lose the initial rival fight, which that's just pure RNG. There's like nothing you can do to like actually, you know, like really do to save yourself from it at times. It's just easier to, you know, go and get it done. Especially like in games like Crystal here, where it's like, oh hey, your whole goal is to literally do a quick run through at like the very beginning of things, and then hope that you don't die along the way. Like, I feel like it just takes that extra little beginning pressure off, and more so guarantees that, you know, we have more consistent content that is actually progress instead of starting over, you know? Then playing at the 400%, I feel like will also help make this a lot easier to consume. One thing I did find out is I can absolutely just load up the individual saves. So if I wanted to specifically work on one thing, like off stream grinding to make sure that we don't have to sit here and all watch the grind together, I can absolutely do that. If I want to figure out how to try and trade in between games through emulator, I can also do that as well. So that'll be interesting for, you know, down the line. Ayo, Mikey, thank you for stopping by. Always appreciated. But yeah, I think that's one nice thing about the whole speeding everything up into 400% speed, and also like increasing the amount of time in between, so it all ends up balancing out. So we should still be getting the consistent, like every 1 to 5 minutes we'll be switching, but we won't be actually affected by the 400% speed. So the challenge will still be there. Again, I wish I could figure out a way to set this up in a way where I could have the game sped up, but the sound not sped up. I'm assuming that's probably like an impossible thing to do, but you know, that would be hopeful. That would be the hope. All right. So new game. Luckily with white, it doesn't get too crazy with the tutorial like Platinum does. I understand why Platinum does, because it's one of the first games on the DS, so you need that extra little bit of hand-holdy, like, hey, this is how you use the touchscreen, yada yada blah blah blah. But you know, it's just, you know, so much extra to have to deal with. Springtime. Alright. I feel like I remember white having a bit of a longer setup. Also, if I remember correctly when I was looking at this, white has such an yeah, funny enough, Platinum has such a actually no, because I'm sure there's things that I'm missing in Plat's list that I should probably honestly, you know, full on figure out where they're at. Same with white, but like Emerald has so many different places, and the annoying thing is like 6 or 8 of them are just different water routes, which I don't think they even actually have all that different of a actual setup of like what Pokemon you can find. And if I really wanted to, I could probably also consider the underwater routes to be part of it, but I think at that point that's probably just overkill. Penny, why don't you lay down? Like you were already out not too long before this. Tepig. Yeah, no. The answer is always going to be Snivy. Because these don't. If any of these were shiny, they would automatically show up shiny, right? I've never actually taken the time to shiny hunt starters. That's never been my thing. When it comes to trying to get a shiny starter, I'm always more of a egg breeder. It's like I've always found going for the eggs to be a lot more of an entertaining way to do things. Hi, Penny. I know. I love you. Lay down. Why don't you lay down with your brother? But yeah, like a crit right there, like that's rough for me. Like going for the tail whip is nice to save me from trouble. Boom. Then we've ruined the room. But I'm excited to get back into this, start all over fresh, and to have like the tracker be a bit better. Hi, Penny. Yes, lay down. Lay down or go hang out with Mama. No, don't you whine at me. Lay down. This puppy, I swear. That's level 6 for the Snivy. Yeah, which actually reminds me, I should actually be taking notes here, even though, let's be real, the we will pause that real quick. Which the nice thing about this is having the background music on, so that way, even though you're just staring at a screen and listening to me yammer on, you actually get some background music along with things, so you're not just like missing out on things. Alright, so even though we haven't started yellow yet, we know Pikachu is going to be the starter there. Totodile for Bristol. We're going with Mudkip for Emerald. Plat, I already know. I'm going to go Chimchar. And wait, we just picked up Ivy. Perfect. Alright. We'll just leave that there. What is it? Do you want to come up? Is that it? You want to come up? You want to hang out? You want to say hi to everybody? Is that what you want to do? Come here. Alright, say hi to everybody. Be like, hi, I'm the Penny. I'm the Penny puppy. Yeah. You're being a whiny butt right now. But it's okay, because I love you. Really? Thank you, Mom, for resting up my pokes. Alright, how about you go back? You be my little co-pilot. And then depending on where you're watching, you might be able to see Penny every so often. If you're on vertical on YouTube, you might be able to see her whenever we're not playing a DS game. Alright, if I remember correctly, we have to come down here. Fine. Okay, Bianca must be the other house. Yeah, because we have to come here, listen to them fight. Ooh, we're swapping in 5. Ooh, going into Pokemon Yellow. Alright, cool. New game. I guess one nice thing is we won't be having a lot of random achievements pop up. At least for a bit. Because we've already gotten a good handful of the achievements. I love how in Yellow they let you technically walk in a step further into the grass than what they do with Red and Blue, so that way Professor Oak can be attacked by the Pikachu so he can catch it. Alright, blah blah blah. Alright, we only got a minute into this one. That's fine though. We're going into white. Alright, so we just had that whole thing. We're gonna go meet the professor. She's gonna be like, go do your journey. I think she gives us the Pokemon, the Pokedex immediately. Nah, we're not doing nicknames. I'll consider doing nicknames once we make one full run and we start doing randomized runs. Yep, it's like we'll go complete the Pokedex. Then I'm assuming she's gonna give us a quick tutorial on how to catch Pokemon, and then she can be like, here's some Pokeballs, and then we can officially start the Soul Link for White at the very least. Which I find it interesting that it took until Pokemon White for them to be like, okay, we're gonna go start things off with Route 1 again, instead of how Yellow goes 1 to like 28 or something, or 24, 23, 24, something like that, and then Crystal picks up from there, and then Emerald oddly jumps to 101, Plat goes to 200 and forward, and then White's like, you know what? Heck it, we're not going to go to 300, we're going to start back at 1. Yay, we took our first steps together. Meet a Pokemon. Oh, look at that, a pet rat. 5 level difference. Stab Pound. Did you see that just now? Here how it goes. Reduce Pokemon. Yep. Oh, another thing, and I'm sure I'll mention this several times throughout. I've also decided that if a Pokemon ends the encounter itself and not me specifically making it faint, I will not count that as a loss on the route. I'm not going to have a Growlithe roar me and ruin an entire route across 5 games. I'm not going to have an Abra teleport away and ruin a route across 5 games. I'm not going to have a random Snubbull decide, oh, hey, I'm allowed to flee because that's how the game programmed me. It's like, if a route it becomes useless to me, I want it because I messed up, or the game was like, hey, you get a crit right now when I really didn't want one. Alright, I just want to double check, because again, I'm kind of rapid pressing. I got 5 balls. Alright. First encounter. Pat Rat. Who would have guessed? It's always Pat Rat. It's always Pat Rat. Alright, we tackle. Alright, we can easily tackle again. I was going to say, even if we crit, it shouldn't die. Alright. Now, if we tackle again, it's 100% dead. So we have to throw a ball. Alright. Let me get my tracker ready, because let's be real, we're going to catch the Pat Rat. Alright, Pat Rat. Set for that. I think I'm not gonna worry about coloring things in until things die, and then from there, then I can worry about coloring things in. Matt Berryman. Ooh, that's a fun name. How's it going? How is your Sunday? I can't remember if any of these trainers happen to offer me anything. Free potion? This is why we talk to the random NPCs, chat. You never know the kindness of strangers in a Pokemon game. In real life, that's a bit of a different story. I don't know if I would trust strangers in real life necessarily, or at least not, hyper trust them at the bare minimum. And our Pet Rat's level. Ooh, actually, hold on. Let's go heal up real quick, because I think these Sharon and Bianca are like, hey, you know what's a great idea? Let's battle. And battling's fine and all, but when my Pet Rat's already like half dead because I had to get it there to catch it, kinda makes things a little difficult. Also, loading up Vine Whip for Snivvy's pretty legit. Definitely not gonna say no to some good stab action. But yeah, with the fact that literally each gym only goes up to 3 Pokemon at most, I'm gonna say, like, even if we do have a very limited amount of encounters for white, which I feel like it's pretty limited early on, and then it kind of snowballs pretty quickly. I think we'll be generally okay. Oh man, why are... Okay, Pat Rats. It's like, I get it. I'm walking through your area, but can you please just let me go? I was like, I want to keep going forward. That's all I want. I don't need to get my Sniffy up to level 10 before doing this next upcoming battle. It's just unnecessary. Ooh, double highs? Well, double high back at ya, Matt. Okay, maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe there isn't a battle here. Maybe I just always expect a battle here. Ooh, moving to Crystal. Thank you for the Pokedex, Professor. Okay, you help me rest up. Okay, Professor Elm, someone's stole some Pokemons, that's fine. Though, I mean, I guess fine's not necessarily the right word. Oh, of course, you instantly poisoned me. Thanks a lot. Well, lucky for me, I have a berry for that. I definitely feel like me already being level 8 for Totodile, which I was gonna say there's a chance I might be level 9. No, I'll be good. I think level 8 should be more than enough to take on the mysterious stranger. Also, this music? Don't growl me. Ooh, good crit. Alright. Easy fight. Alright, we're almost to the point where this, alright, real quick, level 9. Okay, we do not want to scratch a level 2 Pidgey, or I guess any level 2. Man, it is really liking Crystal and White right now. Yep, show me. Pokemon Center. Yep. Yep, heal me up, please. Pokemon Center. Yep. This is gonna be one of the few times I play a Pokemon game and I don't just catch everything in sight. Okay, so she's gone. Alright. Alright. I'm going to do 10 Pokeballs out the rip. Just to help make sure that we have plenty of balls to catch Mons. Alright, and then we get introduced to Team Plasma. Pokemon Liberation, blah, 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 blah. And then they leave. Your Pokemon, just now, it was saying, slow down, you talk too fast. It's like, what's this about Pokemon talking? That's an odd thing to say. Yes, they're talking. Oh, then you two can't hear it either. How sad. My name is N. It's like, my name is Sharon and this is Rostal. It's like, we were asked to complete the Pokedex and we're just left on our journey. My main goal is to become the champion, though. The Pokedex, huh? So you're gonna confine many Pokemon and Pokeballs for that, then? I'm a trainer too, but I can't help wondering, are Pokemon really happy that way? Well, Rosnell, is it? Let me hear your Pokemon's voice again. I mean, and if you can talk to Pokemon, like, just crazy idea. Why don't you ask them, like, hey, do you like hanging out with humans? Is being in a Pokeball as like an annoyance? I mean, I don't know exactly what's all inside Pokeballs or anything like that, but there's like, from everything I remember, Pokemon have the innate ability to shrink down in size, so that way they fit inside said Pokeball. So, gonna say not that big of a deal. As long as Pokemon are confined in Pokeballs, Pokemon will never become perfect beings. I mean, who's to say they're not already perfect, you son of a bitch? I have to change the world for Pokemon because they're my friends. Yeah, strange guy. Like, obviously, I feel like N is, he's got his heart in the right place at the very least. I don't think he specifically wants to separate humans for Pokemon for nefarious reasons. He just wants what's best for the Pokemans. Now, I don't remember any of the items that we could get from anything, so we're just going to talk to everybody real quick. We'll check that trash can on the way down, only because I don't remember any of the items. I just know it's always a good idea to talk to every NPC at least once. Whether you actually pay attention to them or not, just if you're playing a Pokemon game, take the time to talk to an NPC. Especially if they're in a building. In a building or on a route. Usually random NPCs in towns, usually not that big of a deal. Alright, so nothing there, but this is more so to show us the two items back that way. You got anything for us, Grandpa? Nope. Alright, what about you, Grandma? You got anything? Also, anybody just joining us, if you weren't here for any of the previous times I've attempted this, or I've done any other kind of Nuzlocks, in general, first encounter is your only encounter that you can catch. Shinies don't count towards encounter. Gift Pokemon aren't counting towards encounter. I'm trying to think on whether or not I want to actually try and see if, like, do I want to like put in a clause where it's like if I can take the time to, like, if I know there's a trade, I can catch that trade, but only specifically for the trade. That might not be bad. That might be an interesting way to do something. Maybe put like a stipulation on, like, okay, the first time you encounter X Pokemon that you know is needed for the trade, you need to catch it then and there, and then specifically use it for the trade. But that's later down the line. All right, so this is Route 2. I believe I specifically do have Route 2. Okay, I put Route 2 and Dreamyard. I feel like Dreamyard should be its own separate thing, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, Mom catches up to us, gives us a running shoe so we can finally start sprinting around. Okay, is this just like a really long outro or a really long startup? I'm guessing a really long outro. Or, oh, wait. What? Alright, I'm gonna start something. Oh, I think I understand what happened. All right. It. You know what? I'll click this, and we'll start a fresh song. Spotify being weird. All right, first encounter in here, Lillipup. Okay, I will take a Lillipup. All right, I don't think I can one-shot a Lillipup with Vine Whip. Oh, I definitely cannot one-shot a Lillipup with Vine Whip, but already level 7, which is good for us. All right, pretty certain even if I crit, I'll be fine. All right, good. Bag, ball, get in the ball. All right, we'll find out when we come back. All right, Wormhole, we are not in catching stage for Emerald yet, so we're fine to just massacre. Oh. Right, okay, I was like, so I know there's someone that I need to talk to. Ooh, okay, I didn't grab that last time. Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay, I definitely don't want to... Ooh, free mud slap. Okay, I'll take that. That'll be nice to have. Might start the battle with un mud slap, get that accuracy down, and then just tackle my way through my problems. But we don't have to worry about that because, like I said earlier in stream, the run doesn't officially start until I can actually catch a Pokemon. Alright. So if by some miracle Trico here takes out our boy, we'll be fine. Alright, accuracy dropped. I'm happy about that. Good. Pokedex, Pokeballs. Alright. Run officially has begun. First encounter, Wormpole, classic. Alright, it's only level 2. I'm going to just throw a ball at it, hope for the best. Alright, I'm now going to hit it with the Mud Slap. Okay, good. I was going to say, I feel like Mud Slap should be generally safe. Oh, that was a little close. Alright, go. Good. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm immediately worried that this is gonna be DMCA music, so I'm gonna try and focus on listening to this to make sure that it is in fact not. Also, before I forget, let me update this. Emerald for Mudkip, it was Wormpole. Then yeah, Route 103 is going to be next because I come up to here. Alright, Poochyena. Alright, we're gonna run the... I'm gonna try and catch it here, only because I don't want to... Cool, alright. Because I was gonna say, if I crit on... that, it's gonna be a bad time. Alright, Poochyena. Alright, I'm hoping for something good here. Like, give me the option and give me C-Dot, give me Ralts. Okay, Wormpole. Alright, again, if we run into any doubles of something that we've already caught, it does not count towards the encounter. So any Wormpoles, any Poochyenas that we find will not count. We can keep on a-going. Okay. Okay, it's... I mean, good news is we can't, you know, It's like we're not like missing out on an encounter yet, but I was gonna say yeah, it's probably gonna end up being Ziggy, right? Right, one more just in case. Right. Actually, I need to go catch more balls, or not catch more balls. I need to go buy more balls. All right. 102. The Zagoon. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty just generic start, to say the least. Did I hit level 10 with... Not yet. Okay. Ooh, do you have pickup? Pecha Berry? Summary? No, you have Runaway, so you just happen to have a Pecha. Nice. I don't remember. Do you guys actually have anything useful? I don't think so. Alright. Ooh, swapping in a little bit. Going back to plat. Okay. Oh man, yeah, we haven't even gotten out of this beginning bit yet. Ooh, that... I was gonna say that immediately sounds like that is going to be DMCA. Okay, okay. What is this called? Swaded? Get this removed from our playlist because we don't want anything DMCA. I was gonna say, Crash Team Racing shouldn't have any. It should be DMCA, right? Yep. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Tall grass. Yada yada. I love his whole, like, you know what? It's like we can make it to another town by just running through tall grass super fast. And we're about to switch it. Man, it really does not want us to play platinum. And switching to white. Okay, we don't have to press the button. Stay in the ball, little pup. Cool. All right. I will mark this down. All right. So, yeah, I don't know why I put Route 2 Dreamyard. I'm assuming when I was looking at it, like, it also extended Route 2 out into the Dreamyard, and I was like, I don't know if that technically counts as something else, but I'm fairly certain it's actually supposed to be its own separate thing, so I'm not gonna worry about it. If it happens to be, you know, also a part of Route 2, like when I enter it and it's like, oh hey, by the way, this is Route 2, not the Dreamyard, then I'll, you know, take it off the list, but for now. Yeah, alright, let's go get healed up real quick. Then I can get Snivy up to 10. Then we can start working on like Pat Rat and Little Pup. You getting done, Penny? You tired of being up here? You don't have to get down if you don't want to, but if you want to get down, go. Feel free to. Ugh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty certain this is what Ruby, Sapphire, Emeralds start essentially. I wanted that item. Alright, Pant Rat. I think we'll probably work on Lillipup first, mostly because Lillipup's already level 7, which honestly is such a great find for a first encounter. Do you really need to go out right now? Are you for realsies telling me that? Also, I gotta say, I'm kind of glad we didn't get Perillian, because Perillian was not very helpful, to say the very least, in our last run. You know what? Let's get Snivy up to 10, and then we can do some touch training on trainers if need be. Though I feel like Lillipup being level 7 is probably going to be safe. What is it? Are you... Like, do you really need to go out? Like... Alright, fine. Once I get Snivy up to level 10, or we switch, whatever happens first, then I'll take you out, okay? Do you think you can wait that long? Let me also, while I'm here... Let me just get that up and running. Once I get the okay, I'll run you out, Penny, okay? I promise. Alright, there's level 10 for Snivy with Wrap, which is really good. Alright, Lillipup up front. Yes, okay. Alright, I've just been given the okay to take you out, Penny. Everybody, give me a few moments. I will be right back. I'm also going to make sure to pause this so we don't keep switching around games randomly, but give me a few moments and I will return. Oh, owie. Okay, I forgot that you sent out like a little wind scythe. Okay, that's not bad. And oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's so dumb. Wait for that to activate. Oh, cool. I teleported my swords back to me. Good.
Go Bell. Step 3. And step 4. Profit.
I'm pretty sure step 3 is sit on the toilet and wonder why you ate all that Taco Bell.
Exactly. That leads to step 4. Profit.
I don't awesome for Taco Bell, baby.
Yeah, but you get all the stuff out of your body, you lose weight. Zumba class complete.
Do you even know what Zumba is?
Yeah, you Zumba through all that Taco Bell. Taco Bell, sponsor me. I'm like your biggest fan.
We can't let it start rolling out. Life gets dangerous when the milk starts rolling. Oh. Okay, Ryko. Thank you for showing up. Ultra Ball. What? No. No way. Holy crap. What are the odds? What are the first time we encounter Ryko after catching Entei? What? And funny enough, the 2 beans for us reaching our $50 goal that I'm going to be eating are either going to be stink bug or toasted marshmallow. It's going to be either a mix or it's going to be both of one. I really hope it's not double stink bug, because I feel like that'll be a bad time. Oh god, I'm pretty sure it's double stink bug. Oh. 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 The things I do for donations. Oh. More like thigh museum, am I right? You're not wrong. Thick thighs saved lives, and oh no shit, he got chicken legs. Fuck, we're dead. Fucking go. Oh my god. That was so good. I heard a zipline. They're probably coming up.
Yep. Other one's up.
Got him.
Good job, dude.
They should have known.
Get butted.
Hello, game? Okay.
Alert to arms!
Pretty certain you shouldn't be allowed to alert to arms when I'm beating your head in, but you know, whatever. It's not my game to design. Ooh, that hurt. You down helps. Oh. I did not want to dodge backwards. Alright, it's getting to the point where gravity is going to be my enemy for this stream. 10 out of 10. Gravity not liking me today.
Yeah.
See, I told you.
Revenged me for killing you.
A lot of money. Yes.
Nice.
Just took a game.
Wow.
Damn.
And a second time.
He's so good at
Damn, girl, get it!
What
Oh,
happened?
even jumped off the stage for the win. Oh my god.
Yes,
wow.
I love it!
I don't want to fight you anymore.
Take that. Okay, cool. Mission complete. Easy peasy. it's Rabbit Mario's in love. I love it. Okay, so it's essentially rabid cloud strife gendermen. I love it. I'm here for it.
That's straightforward. It's simple. I burnt my bum. I burnt my bum. I know I burnt my bum again. Hot cross buns. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's fine. That's fine. I was too busy looking at chat anyways. I wasn't expecting when I got launched it would be like, oh yeah, by the way, the platform you landed on is gonna kill you.
Nice. Trick shot.
Alright, boop. Alright. And power jump. Oh yeah, that's right. Pro gamer, right here. Oh no, not a pro gamer, not a pro gamer, not a pro gamer! I done fucked up.
Yeah, got him.
You
Got
son of a
him.
bitch.
Got him. Oh, damn it.
I don't have time, Erwin! I'm overthrowing crime lords. Oh. I forgot that you sent out like a little wind scythe. Okay, that's not bad. And oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's so dumb.
Oh, less respect to me.
Oh man, I punched the gun to death. Well, what kind of bullshit's that? Oh no. Let me just move out. Okay. Alright, and you're probably gonna run a bit, so pew. Hey, pre-fired right into his wiener, guys. I did it. I pre-fired my gun right into the dude's wiener. Snorlax. Alright, I definitely need to try and either move the router and modem closer, or what? Hey, how's it going, man? How's it going? Thank you, Jesus. That was awful. All right. I'll have to move around Lillipup's moves here in a second, because having tackle on second slot is annoying. I also need to remember that the DS button layout is different than the Game Boy layout. Alright. Okay, just let me through. Good tackle. Good stuff. Good doggo. Man, picking up a level 7. So good. I'm kind of close. Alright, that's a level for the pup. Ooh, and learning bite. Ooh, almost a full level. Like, alright, let me go heal up. Alright. The pup now has some coverage, which is good. A lot of things that resist normal do not resist dark. Okay, I'm also pretty certain that you just tell me about jumping over it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. About to switch, which I think that's a battle right there. Going back to platinum at least. Okay. Yep. So much dialogue. We got Turtwig, we got the Chimchar, we got the Piplup. We're going Chimchar. Chimchar is easily my favorite of these 3 starters. Yep. Battle time. Yep. Now, last time we did this with Chimchar, we lost, which is one of the reasons why I'm putting in the whole, hey, let's doing them in growls. I need to hit Leers to start balancing this out. Jesus, like, Yeah, it's like he just hits growl so many times. It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do with that? And that's the whole reason why I'm just like, until you can start catching Pokemon, the run doesn't start. Press B. And then I'm fairly certain we don't learn how to catch Pokemon until after we meet the professor again, and then Lucas teaches us how to catch, or at the very least, I think Lucas hands us a bunch of balls. All right, you want us to go to the lake, and then we see Cyrus. Yeah, because we can technically catch a Mon here. And I think I have it listed in my notes as one of the early encounters. Okay, gotta say, kinda hate how Google Sheets handles adding in a whatchamacallit, adding in a cell, because I literally wanted to add in one cell in the row that I was working in, and it's like, you know what, we're gonna just do it across all the rows, even though it's like you didn't have the entire row highlighted, you just had the one cell. Just double checking. Okay. And I was gonna say, I don't think anyone here really gives me any. I think you do, right? Bidoof. Lucas, waiting for you. Come with me. Professor's waiting. Russell, yep. Alright. Yep. Take where? And we're going to back to white. Okay. Ryu battle? Yes. Okay. I couldn't remember. Well, we're definitely not going to be hitting bite. I can tell you that. All right, 3 damage. Okay, yeah, I think we'll be fine. Level up almost level 10. Real quick. What was it? Plat gems. No, wait, white gems, I'm sorry. Level up in Panseer, so level 14. So we'll want to get to like level 15. Got it. Alright. I wasn't paying attention. Did the little pup hit level 10? Did not. Okay, cool. So we'll do this fight here just straight up. Then we'll send in Pat Rat for some touch XP. And then we can focus on getting Pat Rat at least kind of up. Oh, okay, never mind. That was singular battle. I lied. Alright, and let's grab these items here. I was gonna say, I don't think they're anything too special. Yeah, free Pokeball and a potion. Not bad to start off, obviously. Like you just wanted to have a Pokemon battle right here, right now. Alright, it's only level 6. That's not bad. That being said, Snivy, go. Thank you for starting off with Utter Sleuth. And we'll... okay. Okay, I see how it is. Also, if one potion put you all the way back up to full off of that what little bit you had, you at most got 20 health. Alright, switch back to... Nope. Damn it. I don't know why. Okay. I guess the little pup's just gonna do this fight. Screw it. Well, that was my mistake on the touch training, but that's fine. X speed, which I'm never going to use. Heal up. If I can buy any... Actually, wait. I think it's in white that they get rid of the tick damage from walking with poison, right? Okay, can I really still not buy any? Or... Okay, yeah, no. Okay, weird. They're like, nah, you don't get no potions. Let me just double check. Okay, I still got plenty of Pokeballs. We're fine. Right, trainer school and all that. All right. Yeah, so the Dream Yard is its own thing. I don't remember there being anything special in here. I know the one building is story related for the whole dream thing. There's nothing here. Trainer school. Let's see. Antidote. Sleeping. Awakening. Full heal. Let's go. Right, he awkwardly starts off with Tapug. Though I feel pretty good because we got a Lillipup, and I think Lillipup has pickup based on the fact that Lillipup has an item that I was not expecting it to have. Good crit. Not gonna lie, a little surprised it survived that. Did I crit the first time? I might have crit the first time. Alright, we will switch to the Pat Rat so that way we can actually get some touch training. Hey, back to yellow. Let's go. We're not nicknaming Pikachu. Alright, let's do a battle. Hey, instantly paralyzed. Let's go. Jesus Christ. That was insanely close. I'm gonna say it auto healed us, right? All right, let's go get Professor. Okay, can we handle? Okay, we cannot actually try to Thundershock a Pidgey. Got it. Even at level 4. So us picking up a couple levels is not going to be a big deal. Oop. Nope, 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 nope. What is this even from? Just immediately just hearing it, it sounds something like it would be DMCA, just absolutely just crawling all over it. So let's just immediately get rid of that. What about you? Alright, so long as this doesn't have lyrics, which I'm assuming it's probably not going to, seeing as how it's not even a minute long. I think we'll be fine. Yep, came from Battletown. Yep, I sure will. Let me just take this right back to the Professor. Okay, Thundershock on a level 6. I'm gonna run away from it on the hopes that we run into a level 6 Pidgey to try and catch it. Alright, level 3 Rattata? Okay, level 3 Rattata and level 6 Pidgey are resistant enough to take a Thundershock. That is good to know. Obviously, if I crit it, then, you know, there's only so much I can do. Yeah. Sending out Patrat for the touch train. Alright, 3 level difference. I don't want to mess around with that, so we'll send out the Sniv. Though I could probably honestly trust. Okay, that was some damage, but that wasn't anything too crazy. Oh my god, can you please stop assisting into Ember? That'd be great. But seriously, like back-to-back Embers, insanity. Okay, well, Lillipup's level 11, so there's that. Okay, Patrat learn Bite's nice. Thanks for the berries. Alright, let's go talk to Gym Leader Man. Alright, head to the Daydream Yard. Yeah, so I definitely consider this its own separate encounter. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see what we got going on for Pat right here. Honestly, even with a growl, that's pretty solid. Yeah, that right there. Oh yeah, we need to take the item off of Lillipup because I don't know what that is. All right, I will tackle. We will switch to the Pet Rat. I will say, one thing I definitely got to do, especially for Platinum and White, I need to start using the actual, like, DS portion of things. Alright, I'm not about to mess around with this. Let's just have Snivy take care of this problem. I almost feel like Assist seems like such a waste of a move is with this team specifically. Like, okay, cool, yeah, I get that Assist can be helpful, But like in this scenario, you're literally just using the same exact moves that you would have anyways. Just like click on the move that you actually want instead of leaving it up to chance. Alright, Pat Rat level 7's good. Let's go heal up real quick. That's another thing I need to probably be adding into the list is like towns where I know I can fish specifically, where it's like, okay, let me fish here real quick to get a mod. Ooh, thinking about it, I just realized I don't, in yellow, I don't have Magikarp technically listed. I mean, it's not like I need them to be listed, but that makes me think that the game necessarily like thinks along those lines, unfortunately. All right, my rat versus your rat. Like, give me a flinch. Show me a flinch. You're kidding me. You sped tied me that whole fucking time? Oh, that's so fucking annoying. Alright, well, that immediately kills the first route for everything. Well, that's annoying. Like, again, the fact that I've been sped tied that entire time and it's just like, oh yeah, now we're gonna go and switch things up. Like, thanks to fuck a lot, game. That's just annoying. Just my freaking luck. Freaking losing the speed tie at the very freaking end. Like, if it showed me that, you know, speed tie was... It was a speed tie, like, I would have absolutely swapped earlier. But to literally, what? Win 50-50, like, 5 times in a row, and on the 6th time, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, surprise. You don't actually have the speed advantage here. Like, stupid. Well, I guess at the very least, we're only missing out on like the first encounter, which isn't the end of the world. It's just more so annoying. Oh wait, why was my little pup out? Oh. All right, Parrot. Did I even heal? I did. All right. Oh, free potion. Nice. I guess for now, let's just put Snivy out front. Ugh. Alright, there's the free Panpour. Alright, luckily it starts level 10. Next defend, and then yeah, there's nothing that we can actually like get here until after we learn cut. Alright, let's train it up. Right, gotta love the fact that it already has water gun. That's a big help. Alright, Panpour, summary. Let's move water gun up. Let's move lick up. I wish there was an easier way to move moves around like there is in the other games. That's a curiosity. What? Okay, it's a I was gonna say, like, I know this sounds familiar, it's just not fully catching. It's because it's a remix of a Pokemon song. Gonna say, ain't gonna get DMCA'd for this. I can tell you that much. Alright, only because I trust with how just hard our little pup has been hitting. I think I'm just gonna worry about getting Panpour up to 15 and Snivy up to 15. And then we can have Lillipup be like our catch-up mon for catching Pokemon along the way. Alright, swapping in 7. Ooh, alright, back to yellow. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody gets a Pokedex. Go catch Pokemon. Like, I know I took, like, a little bit of a break to take the dogs out, but we're, like, an hour and a half into this, and it's like, we still haven't even, like, fully started all the runs. Alright, so we already know we don't have an encounter here because of Patrat dying, so we'll just make that official. Alright, we can go check out Route 22, hope for a Mankey, one of the Nidos. Like, those are probably my 3 options I would love to see here. Nidoran female. I'm pretty sure this is what happened last time. Oh wait, we didn't get Pokeballs yet? I thought we got. Okay. Well, this doesn't count as an encounter then, because we're not. Actually, you know what? I'll just run. Oh wait, do we have to have the? Oh right, we have to. I forgot. In yellow, you gotta deal with this first. I was like, why don't we have Pokeballs? I thought we were supposed to get them from Professor Oak. Alright, let's go. Because he never gave us any, right? Yeah, no. Alright. I'll buy 2 antidotes just in case. It's just so we have those on hand. Alright. I'm going to be really mad if we wasted our encounter here. You know what? I'll take it. Alright. I'm going to try a Pokeball. Perfect. Alright. Absolutely huge. Nidoran male. Absolutely great to have on the team. I was absolutely devastated the last run we were on when we couldn't actually use our Nidoran anymore. Right. Okay, so we click OK there. Alright. I think last time we were here, we came up to Route 2. We also found a Nidoran male, so maybe we'll get lucky. Alright, level 7 Pidgey. I think it can handle a Thundershock. We'll Pokeball this. Huge. Alright, I will have to mark this down. I also need to change my thing because it automatically updated Route 2 to Route 22. Okay, cool. So that's bada booms. Good. Alright. So let's go heal up real quick. Let's get our encounter for Viridian Forest done and over with. Especially with Pikachu only being level 6 right now. I feel like this will be a great time to get that done. So that way we are less likely to murder whatever we're doing. Just checking with the NPCs because I don't remember every single like NPC. Ooh, finally going back to Emerald. Hot damn. We need to get rid of our Wormhole here because this is the only other mon that we've actually had a chance to catch before. And alright, Wormhole, it has been real, but you need to go. Alright, yeah, we were gonna get Mudkip to level 10. Oh, hey, look, a Lotad. That would have been great. Well, actually, yeah, no, arguably Lotad would not have been great to get. I will say I was generally disappointed with Lotad and subsequently Lombre. Like, we got it, what, to like 18, 20, something like that? I think it was around 18. I think it was just before we got Magikarp to evolve into Gyarados. And it literally had nothing going for it. It had Absorb. That's literally the only thing it had really going for it. It had Nature Power as well, which, you know, that was okay. It worked out in, you know, situations, but it wasn't like this is the move that we needed to make it get going. Potion from the Zig. Alright. I'm going to say, just to kind of help push the pace a little bit, we'll do some touch training, especially with the fact that we got Mudkip up to... Okay, Howl is dangerous, but I don't think one Howl's going to... Okay, 2 Howls could be something. Let's put Water Gun out front. Good. Alright. What about you, Bug? Level 4 Wurmple? Okay. As long as you ain't got Poison Sting, which I don't think it should. I don't think it oddly doesn't get Poison Sting until later, which is weird. Learn Tail Whip's good. Another Wurmple shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, 3 damage. It can Speed Tie. Perfect. Way to go, Ziggy. Way to go, Ziggy. But yeah, dumb crits and speed ties are probably going to be the biggest things that are going to get me in trouble. Alright, 1 String Shot and a level 3 Wurmple is already faster than the Zig, which is fine. Certainly not the end of the world. We got you to battle. Alright. My Zig's got stronger than your Zig. I should be moving faster. Alright, good. Alright, we will switch into Poochyena just so we can get some... Ooh, actually. 5 damage out the rip? No, thank you. 1 crit and Poochman's dead. Can't have that. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, I think she wants to fight too, but I can't remember. Either way, we'll find out. Do you want to fight? Yeah, you want to fight. Should I be surprised? No, probably not. Platinum version? Sure. I was gonna say, we haven't even gotten started yet in Plat. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it's return, right? Really good to have, kind of, well, not necessarily even have early on, but it's something that can be really solid. So I don't think I can even get Pokeballs yet. So I don't even think we can still even technically start this yet. But let me see. I can buy some Pokeballs. Cool. Alright, I will buy 10 right now. Just so I can technically get this all started. Alright, so first encounter, immediately dead. Which, generally fine. Bidoof. Level 2 Bidoof, whatever. There's a chance we'll run into a Bidoof at the Lake Verity. Or Variety, or whatever the heck it's supposed to be. I just know I quickly wrote things down. Alright. What do we get here? Okay, I'll take a Starly. Starly's a solid Pokemon. Okay, Growl coming in, that's fine. Chimchar, why? Oh my fucking god. Oh my... You're fucking kidding me. You were growled. Now we lose out on Nidoran male. The fuck? Alright. Pokemon White's literally down to Snivy. Like, I feel like this almost exactly happened last time. We got to the point where it was literally just Snivy and the... Oh my god. Why does this game hate me? Yeah, I'm also now realizing that I also went to the wrong house. Because I'm so used to, like, the pro tag house being top left. I should not have bought. I should not have bought Pokeballs. That's on me. God fucking damn it. Like, what is up with my luck when it comes to these? Like, there should have been zero reason to, like, I know there's always that chance of critting, but, like, come on, you were growled. That should have been, like, the safest fucking scratch ever. Also, I feel like that crit did a lot more damage than what it should have. Because I didn't even do half, so if the crit did, why did that crit kill? Do crits work differently in Plat? Or something? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, like, actually, Like I'm like just out of curiosity. Like I need to look it up. Like do crits work differently in plat? Do crits work differently in yes, critical hits in Pokemon Platinum work differently in Jesus, than in modern games, General 6 and later. In Gen 4, Platinum crits are more devastating and behave differently regarding stat changes. Higher damage multiplier critical hits in Platinum deal 2 times damage, whereas modern games only deal 1.5. Well, no, I've always thought ignore defense and boost. We know that. Ignore attack drops. I know that. Damage burn negation. I know that. Crit rates in is like in sniper. The balance crit rate is roughly 1 in 16. The ability is sniper increased to 3. Key takeaway: do 2 times damage and ignore. Then why did that kill? Plan to have broken crystal system I'm not aware of. It's like I swear to God, so far it happened so much that me and my own guys were supposed to. Fun fact: foresight. Oh, okay. Okay, immediately assuming that's gonna be DMCA. Gonna just remove that just in case. All right, back to what yeah, because all right, I might legitimately just call shenanigans on that crit because that again that crit makes no sense to me. All right, I'm watching it back now. Like, all right, I scratch once. It doesn't even go into the yellow. It's maybe slightly over a quarter. I don't understand how that killed, even with the crit. That makes no sense to me. That legitimately makes no sense to me. I know it's a little ridiculous, but I'm calling shenanigans on it. I'm straight up calling shenanigans on it. That should not have killed. If someone like saw that, was watching this back, whatever, like if you could explain to me why that did so much more than 2 times damage. Like I understand it's already going past the growl. Like if it's like that seems like that is some broken shenanigans. I'm not considering that a dead thing. Like watching that back, even with the crit, that should not have killed. I'm like invalidate the run all you want. I don't care. I'm probably gonna have to restart the run at some point anyways. But that right there, there's no way that should have killed. Makes 0 sense. Vexpor's not nice. Only 2 damage? That's not bad. Okay, paralyzed, can't move. Alright. I'm gonna have to take the chance on the Kip. Alright, that's not a whole lot, but we have such a... Oh, right. I forgot that I was thinking I was click and tackle. There you go. That's better. What? Okay, well that's just annoying. Though I'm fairly confident that we can make it to the Pokemon Center in 22 steps. But yeah, no, I'm not about to gimp this entire run off of what I can only assume is a broken crit calculation. Like, it makes zero sense as to why that did as much as it did. Again, if someone can like actively explain to me that like something along the lines of like, it's like the like in the game the health bar that the enemy shows isn't actually an accurate representation of how much HP it has, and that's actually an accurate amount of damage, and it was calculated correctly, okay, fine, I'll accept that. But if it's something along the lines of, oh yeah, no, because of weird interactions in Platinum, if you actually ignore a stat change when you crit, you actually do extra damage. It's like that's clearly an unintended situation. No, that's a weird ass bug. I'm not dealing with that shenanigans. That's not my fault that they programmed the game bad. And granted, even the whole HP bar not matching up, I would still say that's the game programming the game bad. Because if I would have known, okay, I did 50% of the Pokemon's health, I probably wouldn't have attacked again in the expectation of, oh, I'm going to probably hit a crit here because of my luck. But I don't plan on making shenanigans a common occurrence, but I'm fairly confident in me calling that shenanigans is valid. Egg, yep, yep, cool. Thank you for the Pokeballs. Alright. I think he said something about telling Mom, but... Alright, cool. Mom's now going to be saving us money. Alright, we already know that... First route is pretty much dead for everybody. Because of a stupid speed tie, which is fine. Our first encounter would have been Pidgey. Okay, fine. That's fine. Missing out on a Pidge, that it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, then... I might actually have... I might have to double check, but I think I might have my... Okay, so where this is Route 46. Oh wait, no, I do have it right. I was looking at emeralds. Okay, so Route 46 is our next one. Because I always like coming here, because I think there's a chance for like a Machop? Or a Geodude? Spearow's fine enough. Alright, I'm going to hit Rage, only because... Rage shouldn't do that much. Alright, I'm going to hit Rage again. Because again, even if I crit, it should be... Alright, we got the Spearow. Also, I feel like that Rage also did more. Because it went from like a quarter to like 3/4. But that wasn't... Unless I missed the crit. And it's not like Rage got more powerful. But Spearow's a solid mon to have. I feel like we've heard this before. I'll let this one go. I feel like this one should be fine because I think this is very specifically made for Until Dawn. Nope. I That's too many lyrics. That makes me worried. Go ahead and remove that right now. Go ahead and remove that right now, just to be safe. All right, and save. All right, let's heal up. Actually, let's let Grandpa take us around real quick, because I don't remember if he actually gives us something at the end of it. Map car. Oh, that's how you get the... I think I forgot to do that last time. Alright. I'll put Spiro out front in hopes that whatever we're about to run into... A Pidgey. Okay. Alright, again, Rage shouldn't do that much damage. Alright, Rage actually built up. I will say that it's going to be better for me to throw a ball here. I'm gonna need you to not Pidgey. Alright, thank you, Pidge. I gotta bring this up for Route 30. Funny enough, 2 third encounters, both Pidgeys. Let's go heal up. That's Pokemart, though I should honestly probably pick up some Pokeballs thinking about it. Yeah, right before they actually swapped over to using... Oh yeah, I don't think I ever talked to the Berry Man here. I might have. Okay, so after Route 30, it's the Dark Cave, which I don't know if it's actually called Dark Cave. I'll have to pay attention to when I go into it so I can label it correctly, but I'm pretty certain it's Dark Cave. I'm just not 100% sure. Alright, I already did talk to him. Alright. Alright, let's at least get a couple levels on Spiro and Pidgey here, so that way we can make sure to actually like use them in battle. Ooh, Hoppip will be good. Alright, we're gonna swap here in 5. Alright, back to yellow version. I just got done calling shenanigans not too long ago on losing everything. We already have a Pidgey, so we're not gonna be taking this. Okay, wow, even a level 4 Pidgey here didn't... Alright. Okay, again, level 8 Pidgey. I would love to fight that just to get the experience, but... Okay, Caterpie. Level 4 Caterpie. No way, I was gonna say no way that it dies. Also, definitely no way that I'm gonna try and hit it again. Perfect. Alright. We now have our team set for a bit in yellow. Now it's about just getting things trained up and leveled up, which I think I will specifically do out here in Route 2 first. Just to make sure things don't get too crazy. I definitely don't think we'll be lucky enough to get to any gym this time around. I mean, maybe in white, because white shouldn't take nearly as long to get everybody up to 15, because I only need the 2 to get up to 15, to be honest. Here I want to get everybody up to at least 10, and then Onyx is only level 12, so I could honestly just bump till 12 as well. And I just I need Nidoran male to get double kick. That's like the main thing. As long as I get him to double kick, we're cooking. I was gonna say anything else that happens after that point really doesn't matter too much. Butterfree with Confusion would generally be okay, but like arguably one rock throw instantly just kills Butterfree, so there'd be no point in using it. All right, go heal up. Definitely gotta say, playing this at 400% speed definitely feels a bit better, especially when it comes to moments like this where it's like, okay, I gotta train up and get through things. Because the more I can do live on stream, the better off I'll feel about it. I normally don't like doing off stream grinding or anything like that when I can avoid it, but if it's like one of those things where I know it's like, okay, the only thing we're going to be doing for an entire stream is we're going to be sitting here grinding out levels every time we get to this specific game. It's just, I don't know, it feels kind of gross to have to deal with. Because I can only imagine the majority of people watching don't care for grinding like this, especially in like yellow, where there's like zero chance of technically getting a shiny, even though from what I generally remember, there is like in the code itself is like you can technically get shiny Pokemon in the original games. It's just more about, you know, when you transfer them over, them registering as shiny because of said code or whatever. There's no way of us actually knowing. It's like I think you can like find programs to like add in to be like, oh hey, yeah, no, this would be a shiny technically if you were to transfer it over and all that. But I'm not about to worry about that. I was gonna say, Yellow gets so many gift Pokemon. I don't think it needs the shiny claws. Arguably. Alright, I think I'm gonna go heal up now just in case. At least with Crystal Onward, if I'm doing grinding on stream, there is a chance that we'll run into a shiny, and that'll be a nice addition to the team. Though odds of that are probably pretty freaking low, to be honest. Because these are just your average ROM. They're not adjusted in any way, shape, and form. So shiny odds are still, you know, unaffected. It's not like you're playing a ROM hack where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we changed it from like the 8,000 chance to a 1 in 1,000 chance. Which is why on both playthroughs of Recharge Yellow, I got a shiny. Only the one shiny though. First playthrough, we got a shiny Oddish in Viridian Forest. And then in the second playthrough, we got a shiny Charmander from the, well, event for getting Charmander. That was some crazy luck, to say the least. Back to Emerald. What were we doing in Emerald? I think we were, yeah, I was going to say, we were trying to get Ziggy up to, I think we were trying to get Ziggy up to 10. And then I was going to, after I get Ziggy to 10, I want to get the whole story bit pushed forward so Wally can get his Ralt. Then from there, we can start working on getting Poochyena up to 10 through touch training and all that. Get our next tune counters. And then, just kind of go from there. One thing I might try and do is in the cave, the Dewford, is it Dewford Town? Is that what it's called? I can't remember. The place with the second gym. On the way to go talk to Steven, I might grab a rappel just so I can get the encounters in the dark part of the cave. Instead of it being just strictly what is it? Instead of it being strictly Makuhitas and Geodudes, I'll actually have a chance at Sableyes and Aerons. Yeah, I want to at least get Spearow and Pidgey up to 5 before I move ahead real quick. Which obviously Spearow not gonna take very long. Problem with Pidgey is Pidgey doesn't, again, I don't know what they have against Pidgey, but they're like, you know what, you don't need a stab flying move right out the rip. You at least have a stab normal move. You're really telling me that the Pidgeman can't get gust out the rip, have a nice stab flying move like Spearow? I just want another quick battle or two, so that way Pidgey can hit level 5, and then we can start pushing forward and doing any bit of touch training that we may or may not need to. Which I'm probably gonna trust Spearow to probably do a lot of the battles to start off with, only because I know for a fact that, oh, you know what I should have done? I think one thing I might do is, okay, getting a little too close. I might, because I think there's a way that I should be able to easily change the time when it comes to Crystal. I might see if I can change the time so I can change it to nighttime. So when we're in the Bellsprout Tower, I have the chance to get a Ghastly instead of just a Rattata. I think that'll be a smart call. Yeah, show me that your Rattata, the 1% Rattatas. Alright, 5 damage. Tail Whip, not a big deal. Good. Take that, youngster Joey. Alright, you. What about you? Alright, 3 damage from a level 2 Pidgey. Not a big deal. Alright, that's actually dangerous territory. I'm going to send out Totodile. Mostly because I don't want Pidgey to go in there and get instantly crit. That won't be fun for us. I was going to say, we honestly don't even have to get all that high up of a level for the first gym. Because what, it caps out at 9? Just getting our Pokemon to level 10 and we should be fine. Arguably. Which that's probably what I'll generally do. Alright, that was 5 damage. I'm not about to take the chance. Alright, Pidgey. You're up front. Man, this would have been great for Spearow, but that's fine. It's only level 3. Second Caterpie shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, 2 damage. I think I can handle 2 damage. All right. Good leveling for the Pidge. Okay, so yeah, then this turns into, so it turns into Route 31 here. Interesting. I thought it turned into Route 31 over there. All right, well. All right, we run into, ooh, Bellsprout. Okay, okay. All right, 2 damage, that's fine. All right, I will try and catch the Bellsprout right here. Perfect. All right, so let me I'll sprout. Let me also do that. All right, so I'm going to, no, stop that. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to insert run row above. No, okay, so that didn't do at all what I wanted to do, but that's fine. X. That, okay. Alright, again, everything about this kind of, it's mildly annoying, but I can readjust things later. The main thing is we're getting things marked off as we need it to. Alright, so with that actually being said, I'm going to go heal up real quick. The nice thing is Bellsprout is already level 5, and that's one less thing that we have to worry about. Alright, once again, I'm going to put Spearow out front for now. Like, I will say, like, I was kind of hoping for a Mareep, but, you know, Bellsprout's honestly generally solid. Platinum? Okay, I feel like it's been a second since we've been able to do a DS game. Luke is showing us how to catch Mons. Which arguably, I feel like this should be where I started the actual catching thing anyways. Because this is where you get the Pokeballs. Like, I can sit here and I can rationalize my whole Lake Verity shenanigans, but like I feel like at the end of the day I'm justified in the call of shenanigans and not counting that Starly's death, because that crit definitely did not work like the way it normally should. Real quick, Chimchar does have more special attack, so I will be sure to use Scratch on whatever I'm about to run into. Alright, Bidoof. Alright. If I were to crit, this shouldn't kill. That being said, I'm not taking the chance because clearly this game's got some shenanigans. Alright, we will take the Bidoof. Alright, plat for the lake. Not gonna lie, I would have much preferred the Sarly, but it tis what it is. Bidoof is not a bad mon. When it turns into Bibarel, it at least becomes part water type, so that helps us with our general coverage, though I think we can get a Magikarp rather early in this, if I remember correctly. Alright, okay, wow. We really just ran through all that like crazy. Second Bidoof, doesn't matter. Okay, just out of curiosity. Ember? Yeah, Ember would have hit so much harder. One crit off of that, that's death. Ooh, Shinx. Okay. Alright, hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Ooh, and with a... Alright. Pretty certain even with the crit we'll be fine. Alright, I am going to play it safe. Solid. Alright, Shinx for our Route 202 encounter. Very happy about that. Very solid mon for us to get. I'm gonna say, even with Bide, Kricketot's not gonna survive an Ember. At least not long enough to actually, you know, take advantage of Bide. Real quick, what are we looking at for Plat Gems? 14 is where that tops off, which that's fine. I was gonna say, I think it takes us a hot second to actually fully get there anyways. So I'll just keep pushing through. Let's see if we can't get Chimchar to level 10, and then we can start working on everybody else's attempt to get up to 10. Actually, probably what I should start doing here specifically is doing touch training. Because, yeah, the mons here aren't going to necessarily do too much, and making sure that I have a solid mon. Alright. Shinx, you are out front, because the sooner you can learn Spark, I believe, is your first actual electric move, the better off we'll be. Okay, you immediately hit Bide. Tackle once. I'm going to send out Chimchar. Because you store your energy. Ember will one-shot. I was going to say, and I know that one tackle did not do enough to actually cause any real harm when it comes to Bide. Okay, yeah, I do. I was about to say, wait, who do I have out front? I have Shinx out front to specifically try and get them touch trained real good. Alright, you're intimidated. I feel pretty good. Okay, Growl's annoying, but I think 3 damage. As long as you don't get like some kind of crazy crit. Okay, even if you crit, I'll be fine. Okay, now if you crit, I will no longer be fine. Chimchar, finish it off. Okay, what are the odds of Eco being a DMCA song? Or Eco having a DMCA song? I feel like that has to be like negative, right? if it happens to be, there's like YouTube will tell me, hey, it's like you can't monetize this video because of these musics you have, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take them out, whatever. Like, I'm not here to try and get rich off of my live streams necessarily, at least not yet. Maybe at some point. Okay, we're working on getting Pikachu up to 10. Then we can start making our way through the first. Alright, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to have anything that's actually going to be specifically helpful when it comes to, did we already get the item over here? Is there an item that actually shows up over here? Give me tackle first. I mean, if you're gonna keep clicking string shot, buddy, I'm gonna keep kicking tackle. Okay, RNG on our side, just pure tackle. I don't think you actually, I was gonna say you clearly, oh. All right, I'm gonna speed this up to 6,400% because this is gonna be just really good experience for Nidoran. It's just obviously gonna take forever. I was gonna say, there might also not be enough. No. Okay. Back to foreign. All right, that's level 3. So she did want to fight. Okay, I'm a little surprised that she actually wanted to fight. White version? What were you? Oh yeah, we were training up to get Panpour and Snivy up to 15. Which, if I remember correctly, it wasn't actually all that bad. I feel like you get some at least somewhat decent mons here. Definitely wish we could be getting a little bit better, but you know, it's fine. 8 more water guns after this fight. Might have to go heal up after these next couple fights, no matter what. Because I'd much rather just click. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was tackle. That's on me. Or scratch, yeah. I was gonna say whatever normal move Panpour originally comes with. All right, down in the yellow, we'll go heal. We'll try and play it safe. Alright, level 7 Lillipup should be solid experience. There's level 11. Alright, if things are to go better in white than they did last time, which all things considered, it went okay. I definitely want to get a... Oh. Is it just Zebra Strike? Or is that the evolved form? Whatever the electric zebra is, I want to get the electric zebra if we can. Like, that would be a great addition to the team. Get that. Rock and Roller was decent. If it could be a Swoobat, I'd be stoked for that. what, level 14 for the Plat Gym? Or Weight Gym. Yeah, it's a 12 Lillipup and a 14 Panseer. So maybe not getting up to 15 specifically, maybe 14. Just to make my life a little bit easier when it comes to just the grind. I mean, again, at least there's a chance that we could possibly find a shiny here. Pet rat, show me that pet rat. I mean, other than that, I guess we could possibly just try and hit 12. Just to make sure we can get the game going. Because I already know that I can't run a berry on Panpour because all the Panseer is gonna do is hit Incinerate and nuke any berry that I have on. It'll just be more of get in there, hit Water Gun until the Panseer dies, and resist pretty much anything else that it's gonna do. Yeah, especially when we're only getting like 27 experience here and there. It's only when like we find the like level 7 Lillipup that we actually get a solid amount. Yeah, I think 12 might be the way to go here. Like if we had like another like couple trainers to actually battle against, that'd be nice. But yeah, I think just trying to find the right pacing so that way we're not just like constantly feeling like we're in grind mode. Yeah, I think 12 is gonna be the right call. It's only 2 Pokemon we got to deal with. Lillipup's already at least what? I think we got Lillipup up to level 11, right? At least this will kind of keep everybody close together. Yeah, Lillipup's already level 11. Also, Lillipup has an item. Ooh, repel. All right. Definitely having Lillipup on the team's nice. Just loading up on extra items. Alright, there's 12 for Panpour. I mean, seeing as how everyone else is already level 11, I might just take the time to also get Lillipup up to 12. Oh, yeah, plus Snivy's already almost level 12 anyways, so... Oh, hello, Ralts. Fancy seeing you here. Ooh, learning Headbutt at that point, that's really good. Stab Headbutt this early on is kind of insane, to be honest. I'm trying to think, is there anywhere else that you can actually find Ralts and or Krillia out in the wild? Also... I'm sitting here trying to think, like, is there any chance of me being able to actually get Ralts and equivalently Gardevoir on the team at this point? Or if you pretty much just miss out on this route, you're never going to get it? Alright, there's level 10. We can start working on whatchamacallit. Getting the next couple encounters in Emerald. Ooh, this should be a nice little bit of experience, right, y'all? Alright, level 12 for Snivy, huge. Lillipup already found another item. Man, as long as we can keep Lillipup on the team for a while, we should be set. But yeah, 3 level 12s, I think that should be more than enough to take on the first gym here. We'll start off with Snivy. Take care of the Perillian, I would hope, rather easily. Excuse me. And then immediately switch into the Panpour. Just essentially not holding anything because it's literally not going to do us any good. If we got to use a potion, we got to use a potion. It is what it is. Alright, I'm a little surprised. We should be able to get one gym before the end of the night, which is nice. Alright, level 12, Helping Hand. Alright, Snivy out front. Heal up. Gym battle. Alright, all things considered, not bad. I'm gonna say, depending on how many times we get back into Crystal, we might also be able to technically get Crystal done, first gym done as well, because obviously it's not like we gotta get that high of a level. Oh yeah, freshwater's sick. Alright. Oh, right. I forgot there's like actual trainer battles in here as well. That makes sense. Alright, these should be solid battles. Solid battles, and we should be able to get some solid XP out of these. I might use Lillipup for the next one. Then after we get through that, we'll probably go for a quick heal, and then we'll get the gym badge. Good work, Snivy. Alright. Because I'm pretty sure it's this battle, and then the next one actually just opens up the gym leaders. Alright, Pat Rat, only level 10. Feels kind of odd for the second one to be a lower level, but whatever. There, I'm legitimately just going for flinches. Yeah, I guess we'll keep battling for now. I think we had our defense lowered once. Stab bite's kind of nasty. Oh yeah, the fact that Perillian doesn't get like didn't get stab bite, but did she get thief? Was that it? Or did I have to teach her thief? I don't remember. Okay. Back to Emerald, but that's fine, because when we get back to White, we will be handling a... Well, I don't think... Super... Wow, okay. Super Potion this early is actually really nice. If I remember correctly, I want to be at least level 15 for Roxanne, not just specifically for Roxanne, but for whatchamacallit, the rival fight directly after the gym. I think it technically goes gym, team, aqua / magma, BS, then rival fight. Alright, so we did all that. I'm already healed up. I was gonna say, I don't think there's anybody worth talking to. Alright, so Route 104. Let's just start off here. First encounter. Ooh, Wingle. Okay. I definitely wouldn't mind a Wingle. Yeah, I don't think we're in the middle of a... Oh, right, we're coming back up and we're getting ready to go for Dark Cave encounter. Didn't mean to go that far, but that's fine. Because honestly, there's so many things in this route and the next route that Spearow's just going to be really good against. A lot of stab, super effective, and with Spearow having a high attack stat as well as flying being a physical move in Gen 1. Pretty nice. Alright, I'm going to put Totodile out. Actually, let me just double check. Only knows Vine Whip. Okay, well, it is Dark Cave. Okay, cool. Oh, Zubit. Okay, it's only level 2. I'm gonna try Pokeball first. Alright, one more Pokeball. Just in case. Okay, I gotta rage it. I gotta rage it, otherwise it's just gonna be annoying. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Dark Cave Zubat. Kinda sad we're not getting the Geodude to really set us up for the first 2 gyms, but that's fine. Beggars can't be choosers, and let's be real, Zubat into Golbat into Crobat is insane. I was gonna say, if we can get to Crobat by the time we get to Whitney, we should be in a pretty decent spot, depending on what everything Zubat learns along the way. So yeah, would I've preferred Geodude? Yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Pretty certain you're just a bug trainer. Yeah. This will be an easy fight for Spearow. Again, only gonna be aiming for level 10. Not gonna be trying to go too crazy with this. Gen 2 very specifically is the whole reason why I listed out all the gym battles, just so I can make sure that I'm not like over leveling. Mostly because the level curve in Gen 2 is kind of rough, to say the least. Alright, I am going to save the encounter in Bellsprout Tower for at least closer to time. Again, it's like, if I can, I would much prefer to make sure that we can at least try and get a Ghastly. If I can't actually get the Ghastly, it's whatever. But I'd rather, you know, have the chance at the Ghastly instead of you know, just being stuck with the Rattata because of, you know, just stupid day-night cycle. But yeah, that's like at least off the top of my head, that's like the two things that I really care about in Crystal, making sure that we cover the date and time correctly is I want the bug catching competition, and I want a chance at Ghastly. Alright, Shink's doing rather solid. Definitely, again, very, very glad to be with a Shinx this early on. Definitely going to make this whole run a little bit better. Definitely hoping to get another Badoo. That's definitely one that I'm desperately hoping for. Alright, I think I should be fine. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna trust us to be fine at this point. Knowing my luck, it'll pull a crit, and because I don't actually have a gauge of how much damage it just naturally does with tackle, it's just gonna turn out bad. Yep, yep, Cool, thank you for the versus recorder. Yep, sure. Alright, so I'm fairly certain that somewhere around here they gave me an old rod really early on. I already got the one item from down there. Alright, let's just, I guess, start checking buildings right quick. Real quick. Options. Yeah. Alright. Okay, now maybe things... I thought the text was going a little slow. Maybe it's because I've started a new game? Yeah, you won't actually let me do anything because that's the GTS. Not worried about the school. What am I looking at for Pokeballs right now? 13. Alright, that should be plenty no matter what. Alright, nothing hiding there. Oh yeah, oh, do they give me the... Do the clowns give me the old rod? Does that sound right? I know Looker's gonna tell me, hey, you can't go this way yet. Quick Claw is good to have, especially on a slower mon. Oh, wait. Yeah, alright, talk to you. Exit. Ocean. I don't think I actually did it. Yeah, I don't think I remember doing anything in there. Fisherman. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty certain we can get an old rod rather quickly. Yeah, because then I come in here and there's literally nothing else in here to do except for this. Do I have Route 218? I do have that marked down pretty quickly. Okay. So what I can... Ooh, alright, let me pause that real quick so I can make sure to get this correctly, because everything's a little weird. Ooh, okay, so, okay, I already gotta fix some stuff. Alright, so let's move those down. Then we can get rid of this entire line, move everything up one. Then we X paste. X paste. And then from here, I need to bring that down. X paste. 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 Alright, so everything should be lined up now. But, actually, I should not have done that there, because I'm going to X, paste that down, but that's going to go there, because we're going to do 218 now. And then I'm assuming 203, 204, or maybe 204, then 203. So I can get that all figured out. Bellsprout Tower and Route 36 could actually probably get swapped as well, thinking about it. Because realistically, I'm going to go to Route 36. Then I'm going to go to Bellsprout Tower. So then I think we're okay with that. I think that should be fine. Sitting here thinking about it. Yeah. I think that's how we want to... I think that's how I want to call it. I think that makes sense to me. Alright, so... Bag... Key item... Old rod. We land... Oh, magic harp! Who would have guessed? Back to yellow... Oh, right. I was like, what were we even in the middle of? That's right. We got into a trainer battle. All right. Nidoran, get back out there. All right. Still only level 4, so Pikachu comes back in. Just doing a little touch training. That's fine. Pokeball. Alright. Are we still good to touch? Yeah, I think we should be at least good to do this one battle. Let's see what this guy's got going on for him. Level 7 Caterpie? That was 4 damage, so... At worst, we take 8 from a crit. Oh yeah, we're working on catching this Wingull. Alright, that's good there. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Sick. Alright, that is Route 104 for Emerald with the Wingull. If I can hit the right buttons, that is. Okay. Cool. Does Wingull actually know anything other than Growl? It knows Water Gun. Okay, that's solid. I really enjoy Wingull as a Pokemon. I remember the first time I played through Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I think all 3, I always ran a Wingull on the team. I'm pretty certain there's like several items like along the edges here, but I can never remember exactly where they are. And I think there might also be some like randomly just in the middle of the sand. Send out the Pooch. 4v7. Show me the Zig. Hitting growth can be scary, but 2 growths in a row really means nothing. A Seedot probably would have been really cool to get, to be honest. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there's at least one in that one corner. Show me nothing but Magikarps. Sick. All right. I'm going to turn this up to 6,400 speed just to help speed things along. But this will be a nice experience for the Pooch. And then, yeah, nothing's in there. You don't actually battle. Zigzagoon comes out, I will send out my own Zig. Because honestly, just Headbutt's just so good. Alright, my 5 versus your 4 in the wild. I'm feeling pretty good. Alright. We got about 9 minutes before I would normally end. I don't know if it's like, unless we happen to go to white, I don't think we're gonna finish that our first gym battle in this run, but that's fine. I feel like we've made some fairly okay progress overall. Just out of curiosity, I mean, yeah, we literally only have like an hour and 11 minutes in this, and that's at 4 times speed. So arguably, I probably don't even have that much time even really in this. Okay, do you actually give me? No. All right, we're about to swap here. I'm not going to worry about getting into an encounter just yet. But we're going to Plat. Right. I'm not gonna lie, I was about to be like, okay, we're gonna tackle the fuck out of this thing. And then I was like, wait, hold on, we're actually trying to catch it. Never mind. Perfect. Alright, do a little pause there. So Plat for 218. Magikarp. We can go heal up real quick, and then, because realistically I'm going to come up here first. That's 204. Okay, so I should switch 203 and 204 on the listing. Well, that's going. All right. Perfect. All right. So that should at least be more accurate in the order I plan on doing things. I think we can get a Badoo up here. I know we can also get like Cricketots and whatnot. I was gonna say, we already have Badoof, right? Not crazy? Yeah, we already got the Doof. We already got the Doof. We can at least use this time to quickly train up, because even if we run into a different Mon, level 8 tackle from Shinx ain't gonna do nothing. Starly, okay. Not nearly as helpful as I would have hoped, but you know, it is what it is. Can't always get really solid moves. Alright, I'm not about to do this all over again. Okay. So now we have Route 204 for this for the Starly. Alright, what are we looking at for everybody? Let's go ahead and get Shinx up to level 9 at least. Then we can go to the Pokemon school, and I think we can do some like touch training. I know we're not going to hit level 20 anytime soon, so I think I'll just leave Magikarp on like the back burner for now until we get everybody up to at least a solid level. Everybody else can get at least some touch training in. I think that makes the most sense, at least in my head it does. Perfect. Level 9 there. Charge doesn't really do us much good, but not a big deal. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we will put Starly out front, because I think, like, realistically, Starly's going to stay on the team a lot longer than Bidoof ever will, if we're being honest. A 6 Bidoof. I'm not about to get silly with things. Get these battles done. I don't think any of the other kids actually won a battle, if I remember correctly. Shinx can come out for this fight. Okay, so I pretty much, with the Intimidate, put it down to neutral, which is actually good for me. Cool, that's level 5 first. Ooh, quick attack right there is going to be really nice. Thank you for the potion. And he just runs out. And then we can go get our next encounter. Honestly, the fact that there's just so many encounters so quickly for Plat's kind of insane. Alright, you need me to go. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't actually paying attention. I thought he was asking me if I wanted to take his quiz. I have a question. Just like Pokemon types, the moves of Pokemon also have types, yes. Okay, is the last one somewhere weird? I know it's still gonna be like in the town. Oh, there it is. Does a Pokemon grow by defeating other? Yeah. You. Yeah. Now we got a Pokebotch. Cool. Sick with it. All right. Did we check out this building? Yeah, we did. I remember the Pachirisu Pikachu. And then 203. Are you going to tell me you want a battle? Yeah, okay. That's fine. We can deal with the battle. Emerald version. Alright. Encounter. Wormpole. So we did technically lose our Wormpole. So that would theoretically technically be open. Alright, I'm gonna go for the catch now. Cool. Alright. It kind of sucks to double down on Wormpole, but Wormpole can turn into 2 decent enough Pokemon. It's not a big deal. Wormpole. Alright. Hopefully this Wormpole actually gets a chance to, you know, become something. Alright. No nicknames. Alright, let's go heal up. Also, I'm gonna say this right now. If we switch into white, I'll keep going just to finish up the gym battle, get that done and over with, so we can end on a gym battle win, hopefully, theoretically. If not, I will end it there, and that'll just have to be good enough. Alright, that did 3 damage. I'm not about to take the chance. Zig. Alright, we're about to swap here. Yellow version. Okay. I will finish this one fight. Alright, that did 4 damage. Our boy is in danger of getting whumped. So we'll let Pidgey handle some shenanigans. Yeah, we'll just keep Pidgey in for now. All right, General reminders, Monday. As long as nothing comes up and I have to cancel, we should be getting back into Dark Souls Deathless. I was like, we've already died in our one run, and I want to get to Ornstein and Smoke to see if the build that I have set up is like viable against them, and if I just need to like learn the fight, or if I need to like rethink my strategy or not. Wednesday is more Divinity, Friday more Roguemon, Sunday more of this. We don't got a lot of people hanging out over on Twitch, which is perfectly fine. Everybody's got lives. Sunday's also a weird day to stream if you ask me anyways. But I appreciate everybody joining in, and I hope you have a great start to your week. But either way, I'm gonna get going. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good night, everyone.